Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to another deck profile, and this is Cardfight here. So today I'm giving you a perfect Raizer deck profile. I apologize for not posting any cross-ride decks yet, but I am still playing around with them, and I do have exams, so it's kind of hard for me to do something. But I will make those deck profiles when I do have free time, which will be later this month, I hope. So for now, I'm just going to give you some stuff that I played with, and yeah, so this is a perfect Raizer deck profile. It does include cards from the new Booster 9. So yeah, let's start off with the Grade 3s. So we'll run 4 perfect Raizers, 2 old art and 2 new art. Doesn't really matter, but yeah. For those of you who don't know, his effect is if there's no Raizer on the field, he gets minus 2,000. He gets plus 3,000 power for every Raizer in Soul. And when you have 4 or more Raizers in Soul, he gets 1 crit. Of course, all this stuff is only active when it's your turn, except for the minus power. And when you ride this unit, move all Raizer units from your field to your soul. So that will help you build up the soul for the crit. For the backup Vanguard, we run Azure Raizer. I only run 1 because I think 1 is enough. I don't usually run 1-ofs, but I think he's fine in this deck. For the rest of the grade 2s, I run 2 of the third Counterblast 1 plus 3k, because this deck doesn't really use Counterblast, so you can use that Counterblast to help you hit cross rides and or 11k Vanguards for harder, and 10 card. So basically, it just helps you hit higher numbers. Next, we run 3 Magic Girl Kiraras. Once again, this deck doesn't really use Counterblast that much, so when you do get her effect off, it is a +1. Because this deck does lack hand power. Because when you ride your perfect Raizer, you do usually minus yourself. So yeah. Next, I run 4 high power Raizer. His effect is when this guy attacks and Turbo Raizer is in the same column, he gets plus 8k. So he'll swing for 16 by himself, because the main point is to not boost with Turbo Raizer. So you can just swing for 18 by himself, but he does swing for 24 if you do boost it. No, 24, 22 if you do boost it with Perfect Raizer, but that rarely happens because you don't want to have Turbo Raizer go back into the deck. He's the main ride target. The second ride target is Turbo Raizer. Turbo Raizer's effect is when you call him to the rear guard or Vanguard circle, call the top card from your deck to your field. I only run 2 because he's a 7k, and he will get picked on by Aquaforce. You do not want to ride this when you play against Aquaforce, because you will feel very butthurt. From what I think about these cards, I do call from deck, and it is usually a card that I need, so that's pretty lucky of me. But I do sometimes call triggers, but when I do call minimum Raizer, that is not too bad early game. Next, I run 3 King of Swords, because when you do play against Aquaforce, you do want to ride this card, because you will get picked on. Since the end is not the most broken deck anymore, decks like Aquaforce and stuff are seen more played. I mean, Aquaforce is seen quite often in my locals already, because it is a pretty good deck. But yeah. Next, I run 4 tough boys. Pretty standard. 3 perfect guards, because this deck does not have enough hand power for you to run more. I tried running 4, but they keep on getting clogged in my hand because I'd have nothing to ditch, because this deck has trouble building up hand in early game. So next I run 4. Forgot his name, but something Raizer. It's the +1 plus +1 plus whatever plus 1k. He is mainly there to help you hit magic numbers, so that's nice. It's nice that they made a Raizer clone. Next, I run 4. Oh god, his name. Whatever. This Raizer, this other grade 1 Raizer that when he attacks and you have Turbo Raizer behind him, he gets plus 6k. So he swings for 12 by himself when you have a Turbo Raizer behind him. Sorry, I'm tired. I've been studying a lot, so yeah. Next, I run 1 stand. This is your starting Vanguard, Turbo Raizer. I don't run more because I don't really think stands are necessary in this deck, especially with all these cross rides running around. I'd rather just, try to finish them off when they're at 3 damage, so yeah. So I run 6 crits, because you're, depending on what decks you play against, you can, kind of pressure them into guarding. If you're playing against an ultimate break deck, you can just keep them at 4, and then they'll be like, oh, I can't hit 5, so yeah. And if they're at 4, you still have the ability to pressure them, because most likely they'll guard, because Perfect Raizer does have that extra crit, so he is kind of like Majesty Lord, and he can yeah, but he's not as consistent as Majesty. But anyway, 5 stands, because you kind of need to draw more cards in this deck. And if you don't draw your Perfect Raizer, this deck kind of just stops there, because yeah. Okay, and then 4 heals, because heals are good. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but I'm pretty tired right now, so probably this is it for the deck profile. It is undergoing some changes, but I probably won't post that stuff until later. Yeah, anyway, this is Cardfight, and I'll see you guys later.